Okay, hello, good afternoon, friendos. How's it going? How is it going? Is the music too loud? Let's see. Dr. Killswitch, hello. Funzy, hello, hello. Bollock, hello. Harry Smallwood, hello. Funky, RUMC, hola. Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Cómo estás? Blue Crayon, hello. Hubert, thank you for the 20 months. Thank you for the tier 1. Hello, hello.
Hello, Diego Types here. Today we're going to be building a 60% keyboard.
Anyway, Wobbly Cobblestones, hello. Mr. Jose, hello. 9, hello. Wow, you're here. Hello. Hello, Geekhack. Smoked out. Why do I have the urge to watch 80s anime? You should. Why not? Zekeology, hello. Rainy day? It's pretty sunny out here today. It's like really warm and sunny here today. But I think it might rain later in the afternoon. So raw. Better quality control for a premium keyboard. SMH. Look at this scratch. Raw. Hello, Mason. Thanks for the 45. Hello, hello, Hubert. Hello, Meili. Hello, Elquan. How's it going? Cloudy in Cali? Yeah, it'll be probably cloudy here. Like today, tomorrow. I think later today and tomorrow. Bollock, thanks for the tier 1. Hello. Today we're going to be building a rubber dome keyboard that you can just get a better version from Japan. Yo, ODM, how's it going? Alright, so today's build is the Sebas by Nuxros AV. Came in this gray case. And so for this board, it is going as an unlimited GB pretty soon. I believe it starts this May 6th. So in 4 days, that's gonna be on, what is that, Tuesday? This Tuesday. And then it's gonna be live for a month. It's kind of like a round 2. It's a CNC polycarbonate case in various colors. You can check the exclamation build command for details on the Geekhack thread for it. And yeah, so today we actually got, so what's this? These are some artisans that they sent with the board. I believe these are going to be also being sold as part of the GB. Not sure what this is. And then we have some blockers, ribbon cables. Yeah, this is an extra blocker. So there's the wind keyless blocker. So you have screw-on blockers as well as add-ons. And it's an O-ring 60% in polycarb. So this one that we got today is a purple unit. Purple polycarb. Pretty nice. Nice, very cool side profile. It has this PVD weight in the back, very shiny, as you can see. Nice Riva, kind of similar, eh? Looks like it has a little scratch or something here. Yeah, it has a small little defect, but it's a prototype, so. Oh, Rice Cloud, hello. Thank you so much for the raiders. Hello, hello, welcome. Hey, yo, Mr. Frank. How are you doing? Hello, Rice Cloud Raiders. How are you all? Alex Otos, Inomushiki, Rice Cloud. Oh, is that how it ended up being? That's cool. I didn't even know Alex was streaming today. So it's an O-ring 60. I haven't chosen the switches with which I'm gonna build, but I brought some. I'll give you guys some options. We have it's an alu plate. So we have an aluminum full plate here for this today. And a hot swap PCB. I'm not following, shame on me. No worries, Toshi. No worries, no worries. So 60%. Looks like ANSI, 7U, split right shift is fixed. You have step caps lock and regular caps lock, and then you also get a split and regular backspace. Okay, and then so this case also has the option for you to use blockers. So these are like screw-on sort of blockers. So basically you would attach these blockers basically like this. So you can have like this one. Right now we have these gray blockers here. For win keyless, without obviously you get win key, but you know you get the option to do that. For that, don't think I need more ribbon cables, so I'm just gonna put them aside. I don't know what these are. What are these? Oh, is this like what are this? Looks like 3D printed parts. I'm actually not fully sure what these do. Maybe it's to make it plateless? I guess I'll ignore it for now. Let's just build it with the plate. May I ask about a close-up of the case? Of course, yes. I'm really curious how that caps lock LED is supposed to be in good place where it is. Caps lock LED, so this or this, I guess. Should be fixed backspace too. So these are the artisans that were sent. These are also made through, I don't know who exactly makes these. It says I can't read the back. It's like stylized. But yeah, these are artisans also sent with the board. Kind of cute. Looks like 3D modeled perhaps. Actually, it might be hand sculpted. I'm not sure. But given the symmetry, it strikes to me as 3D modeled and then molded. If you're into artisans, there's these artisans. Just gonna put them here. Alright, so I can go through the case though. Yeah, as requested. Gotta go, but wish a nice stream. Okay, thank you, Rice Cloud. Thank you so much for the raid. And hope you have a nice day. Alright, so we haven't chosen what switches to use for the build, but this is a purple polycarbonate CNC case with these aluminum accents. And then it has a cover here for the daughter board and the ribbon cable. Basically just connects to the PCB directly with that ribbon cable. So this is the top side of the case. Thinner bezels on the side, thicker bezels top and bottom. It's an O-ring 60%, so you can see the pillars for the O-ring to be held. And then that's the side profile. Has a little cosmetic mark. It's a prototype. And then So it's a singular piece. It says Sebas on one side, has these 5 hearts on the other, centered USB port, has a Nuxros logo on the middle, has this nice curved sort of like chamfered and curved sort of like or like rather like multiple steps, I guess, to the side profile. And then we have this I forget what material this is. Maybe might be like steel PVD. I can check. PVD weight, yeah, stainless steel PVD weight. It's stainless steel black PVD. So we have a stainless steel black PVD weight here, as you can see. And then you know, we have bump ons, and that's pretty much it. It's a singular case, so the screws here attach the weight, and then there are as well some screws underneath here that attach the accents. So you can kind of see them here. There's 2 screws that attach each of the individual the accents or the blockers. Like they can become blockers as well. If you just attach this one, then that becomes a blocker. So Nuxros? No. Nuxros. They're a maker from Vietnam. All right, so that's the case. For switches today, I got a few options. I got milky yellows. So if you look on the internet, if you go to like YouTube and you look for the Nuxros Sebas, so this is sort of like a round 2 sort of release, and so you will see that there is past content on this board. And there will be also a lot of content through a lot of people. Like if you go to the interest check page for this, you know, Captain Sterling, Alex, Gion just did a build recently, Keycaps, Scoop Bar, Keyboard Dad, O-Type, Keep Taro, Key Wrist, Random Keeps, Mumu Keeps, We Switch, Wit Keeps, Edward, and KBD fans are posting media about the board. So a lot of people, but you know, I was looking at prior media for this, and I saw some people do MX Blacks, HMX, KD200s, Gateron switches, Shinhai, so that's HMX2, more MX Blacks, KL BCPs, yeah, a bunch of Gateron Raw switches. But yeah, basically I've seen a bunch of people do with like linears and stuff. So we have some other linear options, like got milky yellows, we got some Alpacas as well. And then if you want something tactile, I have these blush switches from, I think, JWK. No, not blush, cotton candy. And then I also have some MX clears. So I brought some different options for us to try. Figure there's a lot of MX Blacks out there, and so I decided kind of against MX Blacks this time around. But yeah. So I can do a quick poll. So this is gonna be switches choice on alu full on alu plate. So got milky yellow, got milky top yellow, Alpacas, cotton candy, tactile, and then MX clear tactile. Right. Guess I'll just put linear. L for linear. I'll let you guys choose. A PCB kit only has the upper right cowstock LED. Oh, I see. You guys can pick between those. Let you guys pick. I posted stories, right? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, okay. Wow, a lot of people picking Alpacas. Haven't done an Alpacas build for a bit, right? So could be fun. cotton candies are tempting too, but I'm team alpaca. That's fair. Where do you get those cute AF switch bags? So this one was originally from, which switch is shipped in this? Who switched? I think L-Board at the time was selling switches, and they would send them in like these little cute bags. I just had this bag from a long time ago, and I've just been reusing it because it's a nice big bag for switches. But I think L-Board, who is now a defunct vendor, actually, they don't sell switches anymore. They don't sell that stuff anymore. But there are some vendors that would like send stuff out in like cute bags. I'm sure you could probably find these like if you look on the internet. Yeah. All right, alpacas though. Okay, alpacas it is. Alpacas it is. Okay, so for stabs, we got some just standard cherry clip-ins. I'll do the build command here. So I believe these are 205, 62 gram springs, and TX films. So edit command. So it will be built with JWK alpaca switches, lube with 205 T0 with 62 gram springs and TX films, and then that's it, right? Swakis also have custom switchbacks with cute drawings on them. Ah, there you go. Ash keeps sells their bags if you need bags and don't want to use sandwich bags. Fair. Yeah, I try to reuse as much as I can, and so, you know, I got these a long time ago, and it's just been reusing them. Okay, let's, layout-wise, should we do full backspace? I think full backspace would be nice. But let's see, it's 7U, so 1, 2, 3, and then optionally 4 stabs. So let's start clipping the leggies on the cherry clip-in. Inserts. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Are you guys having a good Friday so far? It's Friday for the most of the western side of the world here, and then in the east it is probably in the middle of the night. But hope your weeks have been good. I think today was finally a chill day for work, so I had a half day, and so I decided to do a stream early. That board is surprisingly affordable. Just check the IC. Good. Yeah, it's pretty competitive pricing if I recall. Price is 215 to 225. So pretty good pricing for a 60%. And the polycarb option too. So there definitely in the past have been boards that have similar specs but more expensive. So it's good. I was trying to not be seduced, but I'm liking how Kaze Mini looks. Oh yeah. Okay. Where did my brush go? Somewhere around here. I have an alternate one. I'll use this one. Where do I put my other brush? Probably somewhere around here. Oh, it's over. Nope, that's not it. Okay. Oh, it's here. Wow, nice purple PC356 Mini to match the 356 CL. Yes. How'd you know? How'd you know about my F&F run? Relaxing Friday so far, enjoying it a lot because it's been cloudy and gray since a few hours ago. You're enjoying it because it is cloudy? I assume it's been hot lately. It's been warm here. I wouldn't say it's been hot yet because it's not like nearly as hot and humid as it can be. But yeah, we're getting towards, we're closing in on summer weather now. Not gonna lie, the Manta is mid for me. The Kaze Mini is exciting. Is it because of the layout? Isn't the Manta a 65% board though? Isn't that kind of like a different comparison, so to speak? Like, I feel like if you're not excited about 65s in general, then you can't really be excited about the Manta, right? Regardless of what the design looks like. Unless you care equally about both. Mental school, but 65s are meh? Yeah, right. So I personally am not huge on 65s, right? So this is like also why I didn't get too interested in the Oku by NRD, because the design looks sweet, but it's a 65. From a general design perspective, that's fair. I mean, to each their own, right? Private F&F run better have metal inserts so I can apply off-axis torsion. Yes, don't forget to use a what is that? What is that? Like an impact driver. Well, then again, I do have 65s that I like in my collection, so I just kind of slowed down on those completely. Trying really hard not to get an Optica. Optica. Who makes that board again? I don't think I've seen. I think I remember seeing the name. I just don't remember who made it. There's some boards that I haven't seen because I also just, you know, didn't pay too close attention. But Penguin? Vander was KBD fans. Oh, cool. Mason. FC660C. FC660Cs are cool. I personally actually don't have a Leopold's FC660C or 660M. I think I personally prefer just a more normal 65% layout. But yeah, the FC660C can be interesting if you like that two key cluster. It also like splits the arrow keys differently, right? So there's that. But consider this Kohaku. Kohaku is pretty nice, yeah. People like the Kohaku for good reason, right? Sounds and feels pretty good. And you know, Kohaku has like a classic 65 layout. No corner blockers. You know, just the arrow key blocker, I think, right? So it's just pour on gasket mount. Impact driver? Do you mean Drachmomenschau Bandrecher? I can't say that. Hi folks, does Nuxros have recommended torque values for each screw? Love that. I love that these are legit pastas. Recommended torque values. Crazy, man. Yes, let me check my torqueometer. Hi, how are you doing? I'm thinking about to buy this baby. I have the Crush 65. Hi. How's it going? I mean, it looks pretty good. The price is pretty good for a PC 60%, I think. PC O-ring 60%, like, I mean, there's only so many options out there, right? I believe the Neo 60 was all alu, right? I don't think they had a PC option, did they? So, you know, I think it's a good option. It's not too heavy. It's not too light. All my pasta is organic. I don't know if that makes it better or worse. Oh, better for sure. If this is evidence-based pasta cooking, Mason. We support evidence-based knowledge here. You almost have like a nice extensive bibliography and references. Click Clack US vendor. Oh, I see. Yes, I remember seeing it on the Click Clack website. The Optica. Just don't remember how exactly it looked, but I do remember some people being excited about it, like mentioning it. I think Alex reviewed it too, probably. Then again, what does Alex not review these days, right? My man Alex, very busy. Very busy. Optica is very lily coated. Ah, okay. So like plateless type of thing? Someone give me like a quick TLDR of it. I guess I'll check a picture in a bit. All my homies prefer arrow blocker only 65s. Yeah, that's kind of in the camp I am. I think the 910 is the only like corner blocker exception I would prefer to make, just because it's like the first corner blocker 65 that I know, and I think it just looks nice with the 910 logo. But that's just me. But I think, yeah, if I had to choose between corner blocker and no corner blocker, I prefer no corner blocker. Okay. I'm in this hobby because I can pasta from it. That's a fun reference. Let's see, Optica keyboard. Optica. Oh, yeah, that is very lily coated. Yeah, has that weight in the back. It's like, yeah. It has that like 7V lily type of vibe going. Yep. And the bottom, yeah, wraps towards the front. Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, I see. I see. Pretty cute though. Actually, I really like the lighter colors on this. It highlights the sides really nicely. I see. So gasket mount, it looks like. Okay. So it's like optical because it has that like eye-shaped part in the back. Pretty cute. How much was this actually? 349. Okay. It's not bad. Quite a few colors. Mono, midnight, lavender, emerald, mint, winter, and raw. Ooh, that winter color is pretty sweet. Actually. Ironically, I feel like the 910 logo feels and looks off-center. It is off-center. Well, it's not vertically aligned. It's vertically justified down. So it is indeed off-center. It's not in the middle of the block portion. But it probably feels even more off-center because they're numbers rather than text. Because the numbers, like the 9 especially, makes it particularly more one-sided looking. What's this picture? Oh, thanks. Ah, that's a cute color, Frank. That is a cute color for it. What's up with corner blocker haters? Surely no one actually uses that column? Surely not. Yeah, home key is overrated. I actually use page up and page down quite a lot. For example. Home and end, depends. Actually, I do use it, but not nearly as often as page up, page down. Thick Lily. I wonder how long it was in development before Lily released. No idea. Chose the eye instead of the logo. I got my boomerang raw. I need a raw 60. Wait, you don't consider the boomerang a 60? It's basically a 60%. Also, Frank, how many boards do you have? I feel like you collect quite a bit too. You're like, I wish I was not tempted, but I was tempted by this. And then I'm like, wait, you've been talking about new boards for a bit. So I'm like, now I'm just wondering how many, like, you know, do you have a lot of boards? Do you collect a lot? Or do you consider yourself a big collector? Or are you a one in, one out type of person? Some people are like that. I might have missed due to stream lag, but did you see that Dolch question? No, wait, I missed it. What Dolch question? What's your educated guess on when Dolch R5 rerun will take place? Educated guess? Honest? Probably not this year. I'll be frank with you. I don't think it's gonna happen this year. The reason being that vendors need to want to do it. Dolch, honestly, people might want it, but I'm not sure if vendors want it yet. It's one of those sets that it's been run a few times. There's a lot of sets out there, actually. Is that people are just holding on to their sets, but there's a lot of sets out there. Yeah. So it's because it's a classic set. Like, it's beige wob Dolch, right? It's kind of hard to convince someone to want to run beige wob Dolch at any point in time. It's just kind of iffy. So very, very frankly, I don't think Dolch R5 would rerun in this year. Like, I really don't think it would. Realistically speaking. Beige Dwarf, those are my top 3. Yeah, because they're classic colorways. They're like everyone likes them because they're easy to work with. They are universally, like, they're just kind of neutral, easy to work with, right? Like, you can have all these variations, whether you can have accents for it, and you can do all these things. Whereas like more colorful sets you can't, right? Like they're themed or whatever, right? Those rerun whenever tariffs end. Okay, see you in the midterms. So 2026 maybe. I don't even think I'm not even that optimistic for the midterms, to be honest with you. I'm not optimistic. I think by the midterms our country will have exploded and nuked or something. Self-nuked. Someone will have pressed the codes and the buttons and will be like self-nuked by then. I'm not even kidding, bro. They're gonna be like, I feel like by 2026, Ukraine's gonna be like, oh yeah, we'll ship you all these rare metals and shit. Here, have our uranium and plutonium or whatever. And then, boom! We all get cooked. It'll be like that Key and Peele nuke video, you know? Like, I'll just go on with my day. I posted it on the meetups channel in my server. Where is it? I need to find it. Here. You guys can watch it. Enjoy. New York City will become known as New Toronto, and I'll be living in New Vancouver. Yeah. Relevant. Please take us. I did see that at least in Canada, Carney got elected, so there's that. More reason to run those before the end of the world. End of the world is a now that's an overstatement. You mean end of just us? Like just the U.S. Us is a pun in this case. The U.S. will become us. Just U.S. lowercase. That's it. That's all we amount to be. Hopefully I'll be in New Calgary. Would you guys rather be part of Mexico instead? Do any of us want to be like Chihuahua Norte or some shit? I mean, I wouldn't mind being part of Mexico, you know? I lived in that country anyway, so it'll be like going back home. It's just us, new album title? Yeah. See? I have great ideas. Too bad I'm not in the entertainment industry, eh? And I'm certainly not gonna be like a writer and then be on strike with the Writers Guild like all the time. Either that or I finish reclaiming German citizenship and F off to the EU. Oh man. Mad Max theme park incoming. Oh boy. Oh yeah, should we do these win keyless blockers, yay or nay? I mean, I guess I can always just do it freely. Because win keyless blockers are gray instead of black. Actually, gray works better with purple keys than black, actually, in my opinion. because they come in different colors. That's kind of cool. That could be pretty fun. Okay, I should test my stabs. Keycaps. I'm in Texas. I'm basically in Mexico already. Give it back already. Give Texas back. We know you want to be part of Mexico again. Let's see how you switch out blockers. Do you need to remove the weight? Yes. Yes, you do. We can switch them out. Give me a sec. We need Dolch stonks to trade for toilet paper soon. Yeah, hodl into the beige wob and Dolch. You'll need it to trade for valuable resources. Classic colorway keycaps for classic home products that you need. Everyone needs classic colorway keycaps. You also need classic home products. Maybe a tiny bit more lube on the left side of the enter. Feels like it's ticking slightly. Okay, sounds good. Oh, what's with the lure with the metal OTD cap? Yeah, so I actually forgot about taking that out from the bag yesterday. It was in the bag that the client gave me. So these are made out of titanium. They're milled titanium and then etched with the OTD logo. There's actually a right hand one and a left hand one. I don't have the bag right here, do I? Yeah, it's in the other room. But yeah, basically you can imagine this but just inverted. But yeah, they're made of titanium. They're not aluminum. I mean, they're just machined though. I mean, there's nothing special aside from them just being cherry profile R1 size. They're a little tight though. Need to remove it a little bit more carefully. But yeah, they're a little tight. Just need to be a little bit more careful about it. Can I have it? No, it's not mine. I can't just give it to you. Okay, that sounds pretty good. I wonder if these were from the Hammer GBs back in 2013, 2014? Probably not, but I'm not sure. Maybe? I mean, I feel like it's not like there is only one person doing titanium stuff, right? Can I borrow it indefinitely? If I had permission, sure, but it's not mine. It's not mine. Okay. So someone asked about the blockers, right? Yeah, so we can remove them and I can show you what it looks like. So basically you remove the screws for the weight, right? So there's like these small screws that attach the weight to the case, right? So I'm just loosening all of them. They're pretty small actually. And then you know, that's the weight. That's a PVD steel weight. It's just a slab of PVD coated steel. And then I'm gonna make sure I don't drop any of these screws. So make sure they just drop to the table and don't lose them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there are these screws on both sides. So 2 here and 2 here for the blockers. So same screwdriver. So just undo them. Wow, a 2025 board with a 2019 Switch, nice. Yeah, hey, 2019 Switch is still pretty good. I mean, hey, people in our community boast about having a 1980 something Switch. So hey, right? It works. It works. And then you just put the blockers. The reason I'm standing this up is so that the screws don't fall out. Just kind of lazy. So you just put on the blockers. Maybe I should just let them fall off. It's a little bit annoying to tilt back. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna do it one by one. Okay. Alpacas are older now than the original Jane was when Alpacas came out. Feel old yet? Wow, that's actually kind of crazy. Time flies, eh? Damn. Alpacas are that old now? Sheesh. I didn't know that. It's more surprising when I see a new build with Durox tab than with old Switch's IMO. That's fair, actually. That's totally fair. Okay. I think I need to tighten a little bit more. Just try to not to over tighten. So just being careful. Okay, that's good. And then you just put the weight back. I still regularly use Alpacas and banana splits. They're just good. I like them a lot, personally. Alpacas are probably my favorite Switch of that era. Alright, so there's the blockers now. Oh, these keyboard names are super fun. Sorry, I'm super green. Oh, no worries. Yeah, we started with, you know, back in the day we would name things with like by color, you know, like these guys, they someplace in Asia call them MX whites, but technically there's actual MX whites that have these like clicky mechanism, but these are they call it MX clear, right? They're slightly translucent. And you know, we have like MX blues, MX greens, MX reds, MX browns, right? Like they would just name them by the color of the stem. Simple, right? But then at some point, you know, as we progressed in creating more switches, I guess people just kind of wanted to either ran out of ideas or wanted to name something, you know, differently, and they started naming them after like food and like other things, and animals and like drinks, and like, you know, there's all sorts of names now. So yeah, keyboard stuff naming is a whole thing. There's like all this backstory stuff too. It's like you have keycap sets and they are like, oh, I named it this because it reminds me of my cherished memories from my childhood or my first heartbreak, blah blah blah, blee blee blee, all this keyboard lore. And then it's like, but actually just buy my product. Right? Where should a noob start? We could send you with some like links here. I like sending people. Alex has a good guide. Matt and Cena also has a good guide. This one, and yeah, going to a meetup is a great way to also learn. Alex in general has pretty good articles. I'll post like a few links. I'll post like 4 links. One of them is Keyboard University, which is somewhat outdated, but it still has the basics covered. So I do still send it to people. So I'll, oh crap, where did my links go? So there's this one, and then there are these other ones. Diego, are you going to KeyCon? Yes, I am. I am, Matt. Are you? Are you coming down? Oh, hi, Soran. Just stay clear of Vince and Kalam. So, I mean, I can explain. So, you know, so keyboards have a... I would say custom keyboards have a root in admiring, like, vintage technology. So, like, retro computing. You know, like, people got interested in keyboards, mechanical keyboards again, because, you know, it was like sort of like looking at keyboards from the past, like from the IBMs of before, or like the Cherry Corp made keyboards, things like that, right? Like there's a lot of different things. There's like Alps, you know, made for Apple, and like other brands, right? So there was like all these like tech brands that used to use mechanical keyboards, and we, you know, at the advent of you know, towards the turn of the century, like we started switching to like rubber dome based technology, like cheaper stuff, cheaper tech, because it was easier to mass produce and whatnot. And so in general, I would say like in the mechanical keyboard community, there is an admiration for things that are older, and things that have like a certain like historical meaning, things like that. And so, you know, obviously, including myself, there's people who collect things of historical value or things that are like vintage in some way. And so people will kind of like give it high value. So there's a side of the community that is interested in, you know, vintage and retro computing and things like that. And there's also people who are interested in recreating things from back when, or just kind of modernizing something that they found interesting from before, right? And when it comes to like switches, typically, for example, like right now, you know, there's a lot of brands that make switches, but one of the, you know, brands that made the current style of mechanical keyboard switches, this cruciform style of switches is called the Cherry MX standard. And Cherry Corporation, Cherry was the company that makes these switches. Like initially first made the patent for these switches, and so you know, Cherry switches were, you know, started being produced a long time ago, like, you know, like now like 40 years ago. And a lot of people, like, you know, people who really like their Cherry MX switches, right? They'll like seek out like, oh, like I have a vintage stores of like Cherry MX blacks, right? Which was the first MX switch, and people will be like, oh yeah, like I like sourced them from some vintage board, and so people will go like buying vintage keyboards to like harvest switches from them, which in my opinion, like, it can be like, depending on where you're harvesting from, it can be a kind of a harmful thing to do, because you're essentially destroying an old piece of tech that might still work perfectly fine, to harvest the switches from it. And so you're kind of like taking apart like a relic, right? Like a historical relic, so to speak. So, like, you know, I might be in that camp, but some people might be like, oh, but I'm kind of like giving it new life by harvesting. And so, you know, there's always two camps in that whole thing, that whole debate. So yeah, so there's just a lot of this kind of like adoration for old things. When it comes to Kalam is the name of a manufacturer, I guess is to say, a guy, a manufacturer, an entity in located in China, who is known in our community, especially in the past, you know, few years, to produce counterfeits, like counterfeit reproductions of other people's designs that are popular. And so you can basically consider it to be like the sneaker reps or like the fashion reps of keyboards. So like there are certain designs in the custom mechanical keyboard community that are considered popular because they either have attained that reputation through making, you know, designs that are like resonate with people or that people really enjoy typing on, or that have, you know, obtained like market value because they are like have a collectible value to them. And then this guy named Kalam basically makes reproductions, like one-to-one reproductions of these boards to sell them in the market, basically. And so it's like the, you know, you can basically consider it like the fashion reps of that side of the community. So that's what people will talk about when they say Kalam. So that's sort of the backstory. I know it was a little long-winded, but essentially there's going to be people who appreciate original, authentic stuff, and there's people who are like, well, I want that thing, why can't I have it? And so they just go ahead and buy, you know, a collab or like a counterfeit, right? Which is fine. I mean, I think both opinions can be sound. I personally am not an advocate of it, but there are people who do. It's like, okay, fine, you can keep your opinion. That's fine. I personally frown upon it, but, you know, to each their own, right? Instead of copying luxury moguls, they're cloning bedroom designers in comparison. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like there's a bit of that too. Like a lot of the popular designers in our community are simply individuals making stuff, either whether it's for themselves or whether it's for to sell a product. They are basically making, it's just individuals, so they're small businesses effectively, if you want to think of it that way. And so it's kind of shitty, I would say, to copy a design or product that someone put their heart and soul into, and then do that, right? So yeah, it's not very nice. Oh, ad break. Oh, my bad. I will not talk about anything too important. But yeah, there are so many options in the market now, for sure. Like, you have so many ways to to get a keyboard of a particular layout, like the options are like limitless now, and they're like in stock nowadays. You don't like in our community, because it started small. Like there was a whole concept called group buy, where basically you're, you know, it's like a Kickstarter. You pay someone to fund a project, and they pool up this money to essentially pay a manufacturer to make something that they made, or whatever it is. And then you get your product, you know, months later, or maybe in some cases it's lasted even up to years, but you know, after like delays and all these things. But you know, there's like group buys, which effectively are not products in stock. But nowadays you have in stock products everywhere, which is so convenient. And the market is like, it's a bit of a buyer's market now, in the sense that it's so easy to buy stuff for cheap, used, and so. There's so many people out there with a lot of boards that they're selling for pretty cheap, and so it's like there's no real reason to get counterfeit products. So yeah, there's that. Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this ribbon cable. I'm assuming the exposed side goes in. And so here, this is an O-ring style board, so just need to be careful about not to just kind of like carefully wedge it in between. You can always open up the full case and do it, but this is another way you can just quickly, easily do it. And then just carefully wedge it into the case. There it is. I think that's it. Okay. Even if Kalam had originals, I wouldn't want a keyboard from a guy who threatens to throw themselves off a balcony of a car dealership because they won't fix his car faster. It's pretty funny, actually. Kind of whack. Alright, so this is done. What keycap set should we put on this? Ooh, looks kind of nice with the gray blockers, actually. It's pretty sweet. You know what will look awesome on this? GMK NTD. Ooh, I do have that set. I do have GMK NTD. Yeah, that would be a pretty good suggestion. What are the options? I can suggest a few options. I'll suggest a few options. How about that? Let's see, key sets, right? Let's see. So I have Alter. I have Analog Dreams. I have, let me see what would work with this. I have Q1, as someone asked. I do have Violet on Cream. You know, Beige, Wob, all that stuff. I have Deep Space, Digital Nightmares. Future Funk. Hyperfuse and Hyperfuse Origins, either or. NTD, as someone asked. Panels, Polybius, Purple Knight, Regal. Is it Royal Cadet, the purple one? Royal Cadet. And I think that's most of the purple ones I have. I forget if Vamp was purple. I think it was blue though. GMK Yuri, I guess, if it counts. And I think that's about it. Nerve? No nerve. I don't have nerve. Nerve or blurple? I don't have. I don't have blurple either. I'll write them down. I mentioned a bunch, right? So I think I mentioned, there's a lot, but I'm seeing people mention Deep Space, QO1, Hyperfuse, and NTD. So maybe we should just choose between those, okay? Alright, keycap choice. NTD, QO1. So these are all GMK. GMK QO1. So GMK is a brand for Brett, who is new. GMK is a brand known to make these premium keycaps. WOP? No. No WOP, no WOP. It's okay. GMK Deep Space. I think these 4 are good. Alright. Y'all choose between those 4 sets. Refunded myself? Okay. WTF ODM. Okay, I'll wait for this poll. Hastua. Nice. Alright, it looks like GMK NTD is gonna be the choice here, so I'll go ahead and start looking for it. Alright, I'll be back. Okay. I also remembered I have Phantom R2, but GMK NTD is a solid choice, so I'll go with it. Let's see. I think it will match well with the purple and the grayish tone. So let's do that. Keycap. Okay. Realizing I could have bought Deep Space with points? What do you mean points? Like the rewards? Ooh, purple enter. That sounds good. Actually, I don't know what novelties we got here. I think we have some cool ones. Let me see. Let's see. Ooh, start select. I like that. Let's use some of these novelties, shall we? Start select. These are arrow keys. These are just one new things. Okay, that's fine. Go away. Can you use the purple enter? Yeah. Done, 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 done. Done, done, done. Okay. Okay. Let's put on the rest. Yeah, I think the gray matching the blockers, like, or being pretty close to the blocker color, is looking really nice. So that was a really nice suggestion. I think this is the first screw-on blocker that I like. Do you not like the one on the Type 60 from Axiom Studios? They did that thing where they had like the frame blockers. I definitely would have blockers on the Keycaps if I had one. Fair. You can buy one for an expensive price on the app on Mech Market, I think, right now. There's like 2 people listing Keycaps 2s with blockers. Not cheap. Maybe I can actually use this artisan that they provided. Looks pretty good with it. Alright. Look at that, looks really good. When I get the win-keyless version of this, yeah, I think, I mean, I think if you were to get this board, I think the accents or the blockers are pretty cheap as an add-on. It definitely wouldn't hurt to put them into your cart. I feel like it's nice to just kind of have around for that extra flair. But, you know, everyone's a little different about that. But yeah, this looks good. This looks really good. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Gotta move this board to a side. This cable's extra long. And go ahead and plug this one in. Oh, RGB. But the problem is, oh, that's kind of nice. It shines through the polycarb. It shines through the little bunny. It's kind of cool. May I have a close-up, please? Yeah, I'll try. Here. So here's the back. Donnie Darko 60. And then here is the front. It's tinted right now. I don't know how to turn off the... Is it on... I'm not sure if it's via or vial, whatever. But I need to figure out how to turn off the RGB. But yeah, looks pretty good. Might be dating myself with that one? Yeah, you are. You are. I mean, at this point in time, I think. The gray is surprisingly close enough. Yeah. Yeah, it is surprisingly close. It's like a neutral gray. It's pretty good. It looks really nice. Yeah, I can turn off the light briefly and you can see what it looks like with. Like, it looks like that. The lighting kind of goes really around this part more so on the back part. But yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and try typing on this. Let me set the mic up here. There it is, how it looks like from the side. Still don't know how to actually, is this the FN? No, is this the FN? None of these are the FN key, so I'm actually not sure how to turn off the RGB right now. I don't have the JSON file, so. I don't have the JSON file, so I can't turn off the RGB for now. I'm sorry about that. Alright, let's go ahead and try typing on this. I don't think it's on VIA right now, right? Yeah. Just double checking. Yeah, no. Okay, let's just do this. Alright, so this is the Sebas from Nuxros KB, keyboard designer based in Vietnam. This is the purple polycarbonate board with gray win-keyless blockers, as you can see. Very, very nicely done, in my opinion. Actually, this is pretty tasteful in terms of the blockers, I agree. Pretty much is sufficient for you to do win-key, win-keyless, and HHKB without going the full frame. Just 2 screws required on each side. Very nifty. Nice implementation. It's an O-ring 60% board, similar to the Unicorn and Neo 60 Core and a few other boards out there. Many boards out there. Yeah, center USB. Currently built with Alpaca switches on a full aluminum plate. And yeah, let's try it out. Alright, so here we go. pretty good. Alright. So that's how it sounds. Let's go through the mods. Alright, here are the mods. Alphas. Has some give to it, but it's a full alu plate, so I would say it's not super soft. The O-ring actually does have a little bit of stiffness to it. So I think it's like maybe it's like a 50 or 60A durometer O-ring, but it's soft. It's like an O-ring soft, like O-ring mount soft, but it's not like super soft. It's like probably closing in onto the stiffer side of typing for O-ring mount, than like maybe I think it's just definitely like stiffer than like stock unicorn, I think, but yeah, but it still does have some give to the plate, right? Like it has similar amount of give, I think, to the plate. It's been a while since I've typed on a full alu unicorn though, so that might be why. But if I were to build this similar to the Neo 60 core that I did, I can imagine this would be about the same. Although the Neo 60 core had a much softer O-ring, which kind of made it feel like very bouncy with the stock O-ring. It felt nicer with the unicorn O-ring, which is a 50A O-ring. I think this one feels a little bit stiffer than that though. But it's still nice and soft, pretty comfortable to type on. The typing angle is pretty nice. It's not that low. So it looks and feels pretty good. But yeah, I do actually really like how the blocker implementation is being done here. It looks really sleek. This purple and gray combo is pretty nice. Actually, it looks really good with the set. So yeah, no, I really dig that. But yeah, I mean, it definitely sounds like what Alpacas sound like on this type of build. So it's not a sound that's very, very foreign to me, because I do remember when Alpacas were the rage, this was the sound they had. JWK linears on a full alu. May 6 here come. I hope you do like your choice. What color are you gonna go for? Alpacas are old times? I know, it's not. It's really not. Alpacas are not even that old. But I mean, if you think about it now, they're like 6 years. 6 years or so. It's like right before COVID. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Feeling old now? I know. So basically, I knew you when you were like a baby, Soren. Do you like the artisan? Yeah, I think it's cute. I think it's a pretty cute artisan. So let me actually unplug this. It's cute artisan. I mean, it does look to be. I'm really into like handmade designs, so it does look very symmetrical, and so it's like very like perfect looking. Kind of blobby, but it's kind of cute. It has like potential like for the accents and stuff. Like you can like have the accented. Like, I don't know what this is, like, not hair, or maybe it's a hair, I don't know. The hooded part, headphones, I don't know. But yeah, and then the little suit is kind of cute. It's a cute artisan. You enter for any of the recent lads? I got one of the Bulbasaur ones. Speaking of old, I'll finally be converting my AK2 tomorrow. Oh, nice. Do you get a new PCV, or are you doing like a teensy type? But yeah, it looks good with the... Looks really nice with the GMK NTD set. Like, I think the purple and the gray, like, matching like this is A+. Really, really nice combo here with the set. You wouldn't tell a 6-year-old that they're old? Fair. You got me. But yeah, that's what the PVD stainless steel back looks like. So as you can see, the bump-ons go on the weight. So when you remove the weight, you end up with no bump-ons on the case. So just FYI, like if you like happen to put it down on your desk and you have something sharp near the corners, you can definitely scratch it. So just be careful with that. But other than that, you know, it's the shape of the case is kind of like a known sort of shape. Yeah, it kind of looks like the Riva, as Funzy mentioned. But it does have that like you know, this shape right here is reminiscent of the LZ SE type of case, kind of like this incline and then this like thicker portion here, the case, and then there's like that like koala style type of like side, and then done in multiple steps. So, you know, obviously this is a little bit more extreme than that, but yeah, you know, kind of like takes cues, design cues from a few different places, but cool side profile nonetheless. It like looks pretty nice. I'm surprised you know the Riva. I remember seeing pictures and posts about it. I just remember the name right now. Yeah, I guess Alex built one. I actually don't know if he did. I just remember seeing it somewhere else. How do the different mounting points feel? I'll be frank with you. Not that much different. Like, I don't think in a board this small, like on a 60%, different mounting points will make a huge difference. Like, I would have to actually compare it 1-to-1 to something else that has different mounting points to actually for me to know. And even then, I feel like I'm working on placebo. Like, right? Like, my first impression is go in without knowing that they are different, and you just type on it, right? Like, I'm just like, okay, like I'm gonna like, you know, like type random words on it, right? I couldn't tell you that this is gonna be that much different from the other O-ring boards out there. I don't really think so. At least. I think it's might just be that you're working with such a small board layout. Like, it's pretty much just the main cluster, and so I feel like whether you move this mounting point a little bit here to the right or here a little bit to the left and whatnot, I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference. Maybe at the corners it'll make a little bit more difference. Like if you like move it away from the corners and this corner kind of sinks more than or less, like it might feel less or more stiff, right? So in those cases, I think it might feel a little bit different, but just overall in general, like I just pressed down on this board right now, and especially with the alu plate built in, I could not really say that it's that much different from other O-ring boards out there in terms of like how it feels. Yeah. I think you would have to do A/B testing to actually tell a difference. And I think that's generally true for a lot of 60% like or smaller layout boards out there. Like these small changes are not nearly as effective like as on like a TKL, or like even a 75% is like getting on the bigger side of things. So yeah, longer layouts in particular more effective, but for small boards like 60s and below, not as much. Even 65 is kind of tough. Tempted on the copper way though, but I wonder how it looks with purple. I've seen people do like brass with purple, but not purple PC, like purple aluminum, and it'll look pretty good. But that's if you like that like royal look, the purple and gold look, right? That's kind of like what you're going for with the purple and copper. So just have to make sure you like that, like, because some people don't like warm colors with purple. They think it looks tacky. You know, like people say like they don't like for example, I don't love gold tones on things, like undertones or tones in general, as much on everything. Like I personally prefer like the more metallic silver look on things, or like even stainless steel, like sandblasted, which is kind of like more like a matte gray type of look in general. But there are some cases where it can look really nice. Like copper or brass can look really good with like green tone, or like gray, like something like a cooler gray, or like even a warm gray or a cooler gray. Actually, both of them can look really nice with brass or gold tones, right? Like mixing and matching these specific things. Like some people are just pickier than others, but I in general, if I had to pick between like brass or steel, I prefer steel because I prefer that like cooler tone. But yeah, I think for purple in particular though, you can lean both ways by choosing that combination, and so you better like that purple and gold combo for you to go with it. Yeah. Check out the Bongo Neko with copper weight. It's also purple PC. Oh, okay, cool. Didn't know that. Type on CL, please. I did yesterday. If you missed the stream, if you wanna, this is the CL. Just do random things. You can pause it for a sec. Pretty nice. Indeed, a very classic board. Nice just kind of solid aluminum case with an internal weight. The the placement of the bump-ons is kind of funny. Very thick bump-ons, as you can see. It really separates the desk and the board from the from touching. Thick bump-ons, so you really hear the case alone right now. But yeah, it does not have a full bump on cutouts. So yeah. But yeah, that's very like desk dependent, right? How that can sound. So how you like the purple board? I like it. I actually think it's pretty nice. I think among the PC based 60% options, it's really sweet. I need to unplug this. It's like really getting in the way. Sorry, it's like I'm like struggling with cables getting tangled up here. Fixed cable problems, as you can see. I have all these cables. Okay, there. Struggle bus. Struggle bus, struggle bus. Have you tried the Chrono 60? I have not tried the Chrono 60. I'll put this away for a second. But I can show you what this looks like. Oh, hi Kiwi. So there it is. This is the Nuxros Sebas with GMK NTD. Rip cam, oh back, and it's back, it's back. There it is. Shosho! Looks pretty good. Looks pretty nice. Okay, so I guess let's guess that's pretty much it for the build. I can show you guys what the board looks like otherwise. It is the stainless steel PVD. Pretty shiny. I'm not a huge fan of PVD myself. Just fingerprint magnet type of thing. Just like, don't really need to be seeing my reflection here. It's like whatever. But you know, some people like it. Weight-wise, it's not a very heavy keyboard. It's like maybe 1.5 kilos at most. Not very heavy. So pretty light polycarb with a single stainless steel piece and then 2 little accents for the blockers. I think the implementation for the blockers is quite ingenious and very good. Very well done. Nice and clean. You can do HKB or win keyless, no problem with just this area right here. And I do like the way they created this kind of angle, and it's nice and symmetrical. It looks very nice. So it's a pretty clean look for the blockers. Overall, I think they did a pretty nice design with that. Yeah. And then yeah, a wonderful choice with GMK NTD. Okay, so I guess I'm pretty much ready to wrap things up, unless you guys had anything else for me. I can see if there's anybody who is streaming at the time. I believe there might not be because it's the middle of the day. Yeah, I figured. If you guys have recommendations who to rate, or otherwise, I always when I don't have anybody else to rate, I sometimes default to just rating my man Bistro MC, who is currently doing Farmathon Day 108, playing a lot of Osu perhaps. I wanted to sub to you, but Twitch is rude and used my Prime sub already. Don't worry about it. I understand. You can sub next time. It's okay. Don't worry about it, Toshi. I appreciate you. Any support is always appreciated, and it's fine if you. Ed has his fair share of raids already. That's true, but why not another one? Or if not, if you want to recommend a person to raid, I can raid somebody else. I don't really know too many people on Twitch though, so. What config you use for the DG rebuild? I think I use MX Blacks on full alu, on the original PCB. All right, let's just raid Ed, cause why not? All right, friends, I'm gonna wrap it up here, but I hope y'all. Oh, wait, Spaceballs, the username is streaming food and drink. All right, fine, we can raid them. We can raid Spaceballs, the username. Wait, food and drink? What do you mean food and drink? What does food and drink mean? They're just eating? They actually are? Wait, are they cooking? They're cooking. Wait, that's kind of poggers. Okay, let's go raid them. I love mukbang. I don't know. They're making pizza? Detroit style pizza. Ooh. Oh. That sounds nice. All right. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, sorry. When are we doing lunch? Alright, folks. I hope you all enjoyed the time here. Thank you again for the raiders. Alex, who raided Frank. Frank, who raided Rice Cloud. And Rice Cloud, who raided me. Thank you again for coming by and sticking around if you did. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. This was the Nuxros Sebas. This will be live on May 6th. It goes for $215 US and above. Many different vendors regionally, so just check out the Keycaps thread if you're curious about it. The VOD will be up in a day, and you know, as usual, you'll see photos and whatnot of my good old desk as usual on my IG and my website and all those usual places that you see my posts. But I'll be streaming again pretty soon this weekend, so I'll see you guys most likely on Sunday. If not, maybe tomorrow, but I'm not sure if I will be tomorrow. But I'll see. I need to see about my schedule. There's some changing scheduling things, but maybe it might be tomorrow, might be on Sunday. But I think the next build should be the ESU67, the Click Lock IO sent. That one is the one with the foldable wrist rest, which I think Alex built a unit with that. So yeah, I have a unit of those to build, and I'll catch you guys over the weekend. But have a good one. Take care. Bye bye.